Welcome back to Set Streets and Eats, guys. I'm Chris Bauer. Today I'm in front of an abandoned Burger King with a mansard roof. So it got my attention as soon as I went by. It still has the Burger King sign up actually, which is rare. When they clear these out, they usually take out all signage. So I want to go check that out. I'm in southern Alabama, between Mobile and Birmingham, or Montgomery, if that helps you. It's somewhere in southern Alabama. Either way, I'm gonna go check this abandoned Burger King out and see what they have still in it. And I hope you guys will join me. Let's go see it. Looks like it's got a couple of broken windows, unfortunately. That's a bummer. Oh, check it out, guys. They still have all the kids club stuff in here. Check this out. They still got the zone and the kids club signage. That looks definitely 90s for sure. I would say. Some of you guys might. Looks like they have both of them. I'll go around front here. They still got the shoe keeper, the signage, and the high chairs, and the little crawl zone with the tunnels. And looks like all the tables are still in there. That sign is cool though, man. Yeah, that would be a cool collectible to have. Then over here in the dining room, oh, they still got the 90s seats or early 2000s decoration or seats. Looks like they still have some signage on that trash can too. Looks like they weren't that thorough. For those that don't know, Burger King was started in 1954 in Jacksonville, Florida. It was started by two men named Burns and Kramer, and they ran it from 1954 to 1959 when they were bought out by two of their franchisees. Back then it was just a Florida chain. There was about 40 locations by then in 1959. And the two franchisees, Edgerton and McLemore, had created the Whopper at their restaurants down in Miami. And they had all the money and all the pull. So, unfortunately, Burns and Kramer got bought out. But check it out, they still have the spatula door handles. That's pretty cool. And they still got a sign on the outside of the building too. That is rare. Usually when these are abandoned, they really do clear these out of all signage. Oh, look at the old checkered front counter. All the tiles. That's awesome. Anyway, McLemore and Edgerton grew Burger King to the heights that it eventually gained. They grew it out of Florida and started franchising across the U.S. And then kind of grew it into what it is today. As far as I remember, one of them, I think it was McLemore, maybe it was Edgerton, that actually stayed on after they sold the company to, I forget the name of the company that ended up buying them back in the 70s, but he actually stayed on and kept running the company for many, many years. That's pretty cool. I love these old mansard, I guess they're more 90s, but what was great about these is they painted them blue, but a lot of them were throwbacks from the actual original 70s and 80s locations. They all had that thatched, not thatched, but you know what I mean, the roof. This one actually still had the French fry. You can see the outline of the French fry, I guess, beams. I'm not even sure exactly what they're called. They light up on McDonald's. But yeah. Anyway, they painted those blue, or a lot of them got remodeled completely, but the ones that didn't, they just painted them blue. So it's really a throwback to the really old Burger Kings. Of course, we're here in the drive-thru. Looks like most of that signage is gone, except for the speaker cover. The $1.69 10-piece nuggets. I guess it's not a speaker cover. It's just a little light. That's still there. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. You don't often see this where they still have a little bit of signage, and especially the old blue roofed, or the old blue mansard roofs. This is definitely an older one. I mean, it definitely looks to be 80s or 90s. That they clearly decided they just didn't want to remodel to go ahead and close it. But this is inside. It's hard to see it. The drive-thru window's very dirty. Yeah, still got a lot of equipment in there with cobwebs on it. And wow. The kids club sign is awesome. And there's 2 of them in there. If anybody knows who owns this product, of course, I don't even know what city I'm in. I'll have to look it up. I was stopping for gas across the street and saw this place, and I was like, oh, I got to go over there and check it out. What a nice surprise to actually see some real 90s signage in there. And the whole zone's in there, really. I mean, it's just going to waste. If anybody had the room, I bet you can make an offer to whoever owns this property. They'd probably sell it to you really cheap. Getting them Burger King Kids Club signs is just a bonus. Those are awesome. Anyway, I pass a lot of abandoned restaurants on my channel. By the way, incidentally, just happened to be wearing the appropriate t-shirt for here, which it's Kismet right there. Yeah, they have the old sign bar there where the sign used to hang. Back in the 70s and 80s, that would have said Burger King in orange, home of the Whopper. Who knows what it said when it was here? It's probably just Burger King. Once they painted them blue, they really dropped a lot of the home of the Whopper taglines. And man, it's cool that this thing still has the zone in it. Again, that usually gets torn out too. They usually clear these things right out. Holy cow, check this out, guys. There's still socks. There's still socks in there. Like, it's almost like they cleared out quick. Like, we gotta get out of here. That's crazy. Still got socks in it. That's funny. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. It's a quick stop by. There's not much to see, obviously. It's all locked up tight. Be cool to go in. I mean, everything's in great shape in there. You can definitely tell it's dated, but it's in great shape. And it's still got some cool signage on it that if someone wanted to figure out who owns this place, might be able to get it for cheap. I mean, this is in great shape. The whole box could just get dismantled and taken right off the wall, but I digress. I'm over here giving people ideas. Anyway, I just think these places are cool, especially ones that actually still have some stuff in them. That's very rare. So this was definitely worth stopping at. As soon as I pulled over here, I was like, oh, not the typical abandoned Burger King look, you know. I always have loved these spatula door handles. I really love those. I've always wanted a pair of those. Those are cool. Yeah, so anyway, just a brief history. I mean, it wasn't even really a history. I mentioned a couple of facts about Burger King. But I love these Burger Kings. These were the addition after the ones that I grew up with. The ones I grew up with had this exact roof, but it was brown. Had all the brown shingles, the roof shingles. And of course, had all the branding was orange. Burger King, home of the Whopper, right on the front of it. But it was the same roof. It was these mansard roof. Total copy of McDonald's, so to speak. Most of the fast food places, when they started going out in the early 70s, all had the same idea, but they all copied McDonald's. But these ones kind of held true, and these are the ones I always went to growing up. And then in the 90s, they started painting them blue. So anyway, just thought this would be cool. Take you along with me. And we'll just keep moving on down the road. See you guys next time. Bye now.